Hello everyone, I'm Victoria. If this is your first time on my channel, nice to meet you. I hope you're all doing well, and today I have a really interesting video, a really interesting topic that just kind of came through one day and I kept thinking about it, so finally I feel like it was the time to really film this. Divine timing and all. And as you've seen in the thumbnail or, the title, it's all about your happiness, our happiness, and how it's our choice. And I mean, most of you already probably know this, but if you clicked on it, you're probably curious, how can you become happier and so on, and what else will this video have here. And before, as you see, I have some cards and some decks here, but I haven't pulled from any. I want to do that later, but first I want to tell you about the messages that I've been receiving throughout this time, I guess, about this. So for whoever, doesn't know yet, our happiness is our choice. And most certainly, if you're watching this video, you always have a choice whether you can be happy or not. Whatever happens to you, we all have ups and downs. We're all, on this kind of wave. But it really depends how we react to everything. So our reaction to each event in our lives really determines our state in more ways than one. Our happiness, yes, our vibration, our frequency, our energy as well. So next time you're having a really good day or a really bad day, notice how you're reacting to everything. Next time something bad happens to you, notice your reaction and see how that is really, really, really affecting you, and how you don't have to react that way. Just like some people can react badly to good things, we can react well to bad things. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure all of you have had at least once in your life where something good happened to you, but then you were still kind of unhappy. It's just like a human thing. It happens sometimes. Maybe you're annoyed beforehand, so even when that good thing happens, you're still like, of course that comes now, or I'm still not happy, I still want more, and etc. And that kind of goes into the next part, where I wanted to talk about how we're constantly chasing this happiness and bliss. We're chasing this state of bliss and happiness, which we know we can achieve. We've probably felt a little bit of it from time to time, and that's why people get obsessed with things. That's why people can get obsessed with shopping, and the dopamine hits you can get from that. That's why people get obsessed with drugs, alcohol, sex, and so many other things, like even scrolling on Instagram and all of the apps, getting to the end of that, of your feed, can be a big dopamine hit. Like, oh, what am I gonna see? Am I gonna see something cool? And yeah, sometimes we can get sent messages through, the internet and etc. from our guides and so on, but that doesn't mean that we should be constantly using that. So I do want to say that none of this in any of this video, I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't be doing any of this. If you want to, you really should. And actually, my biggest message here is that what's the most important thing here is that we're consciously choosing things, that we know that this is the choice we're making, and we know that maybe it's not the bestest choice, but we still stick with it. So for example, if you do choose to, after this, go and scroll on Instagram or some other app, at least tell yourself, okay, I'm doing this, because I want to, not because I'm just unconsciously scrolling because I have nothing else to do, or because, whatever, this programming. And the same thing with other things. Shopping, if you're addicted to shopping, yeah, just, be conscious of all of that. And at some point, you're gonna see that shift happening in you as well, where, you know, you're gonna start wanting to do something else. You're gonna realize, oh, well, I don't need to do this anymore. You know, I'm fine with not scrolling to the end. Or like, oh, I found the thing I was looking for. I don't need to scroll anymore. And the same thing actually with adrenaline, too. Like the people who love, for example, bungee jumping and things, and just things that get your adrenaline running. That itself is also chasing a very high high. And one of the things I saw in meditation was that we can reach a very, very high high and we can keep reaching, like keep thinking, yeah, I want to even better experience, better. But then you're going to have an even lower down. That's what really happens. Even like the best example is drugs. When you get the really high high and then you get the really low low, and the same thing happens with other things too. And maybe you can start noticing in your life now. Like, for example, I noticed that when I scroll a lot and I don't ground myself. Grounding is another one that's crucial, staying grounded. I really float around and I'm just like, it feels like I'm kind of here, but I'm kind of in another world. So it's like, I can sense sometimes that I'm there and I tell myself, yeah, I don't need to get out of this. But sometimes I feel like I don't even sense it. Like I'm so into this kind of state that I just can't even escape. So maybe you guys have had this too. So after I'm in the state, I notice that some things start going bad. That's just the usual. I feel myself dropping in, I guess, in frequency. I feel that I start to get annoyed for no reason sometimes. So that's just things that can happen. It's like the domino effect. You push one and then it all starts coming down. And then if you don't stop it, it's just gonna keep going and it's just gonna keep going lower and lower. So that's part of why we should try to not chase these really high highs and try to, I don't know, kind of balance, keep it balanced and keep striving to have a good life, but know that there's always going to be ups and downs and that we're always going to have to, you know, go through some things. And again, it's about our reaction to the things that happen to us. And also a big thing, like I said before, is grounding. Staying grounded is so important. You know, experienced it myself. I'm sure you guys have to, that when you're grounded, life is just so much different. You're so much different. The feeling of everything is just so much different. So trying to stay grounded is so important. You know, I'm saying this and I have to do this myself. So, you know, none of you are alone here if you're feeling like it's so hard to ground. I struggle with it a lot, being fully honest. But yeah, it's just so important. And honestly, there's so much I can talk about, but I really want to start drawing cards as well to see what we're gonna get more, like more advice on how to stay happy. One thing, and I'm not surprised this is coming out. I'll talk about this card first before what I was going to say. Fall into my arms, surrender, and holding the opposites and extremes of life. This is, you know, confirming everything I've been talking about, how there are extremes to life. And if you want, you can live to the highest highs and the lowest lows. You can do that, but do it consciously again. And surrender yourself and allow the universe and your higher self, your guides, allow everything to take you to where you need to be. The more we're chasing the highs, the more we're actively trying too hard to get to them, is when we get the super low lows. But if you allow yourself to just be guided to that really higher state, higher place, where our conscious minds don't know how to exactly get there, and don't even know exactly what kind of state that is. We think we're chasing something. That's the whole point of this, like, addiction, the shopping addiction, the sex addiction. We think we're chasing something that we want, but there's something even better there. And if we allow ourselves to be guided, if we surrender and we just, you know, reach that state in this other way, we will see that there's a huge difference, and you're no longer gonna want to chase the other highs. You're no longer gonna have the addictions. You're gonna realize that those things weren't as good as they could be. And one thing is so interesting. I pulled, when I got this deck out, I noticed that at the bottom was the devil card. So I really felt like, that would come up somehow. And that is the addiction. That is the really the thing that's chaining you down, the thing that's chaining us all down. And being aware of that devil's presence in your life, however it's manifesting, is so important. And trying to unchain yourself, you know, if you still want to partake in some of that stuff, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but doing it consciously is so important. And then you're gonna notice that, you know, you don't even want to partake in some of that stuff anymore. It's just a natural expansion. And the more you expand, the more you can reach those happy states, see that happiness and be happy. You know, that's what we all want. Empathic starseed. So I see that a lot of the unhappiness is also coming through because we are absorbing a lot of other people's energies. And I must say that if you have, I don't know, this is coming through. So if any of you have back pain, a lot of that can come from you carrying other people's burdens. This is coming through very strongly right now in my head, so I must say it. And it's so important to clear our energy. And again, you know, I'm not good at this too. I'm always thinking, oh yeah, I could do it now, but I could also do it tomorrow. And then the next day it's, maybe next day. And then I keep not clearing my energy. And then I noticed that, you know, I am shifting in a worse way, I guess. You know, if I cleared my energy, I would be in a much better state, and things would be probably going much better. So that's so important. It's so important to clear your energy and to start realizing what you're taking from others. So something that happened to me recently was I was around some old friends, let's say, and I got really sad at one point, and really just, I felt really bad about something I said. And I was feeling like, okay, I understand why I feel bad about this, but it's not to the point, like, to this extent, like feeling this bad, it's a bit weird. So I decided to try cutting cords and clearing my energy really quickly, like just really quick in 2-3 minutes. And right after that, the shift that I felt was enormous. I completely stopped feeling bad. I realized that that wasn't my energy at all. That wasn't my feelings at all. I just took someone else's anxiety and feelings and I made them my own. And I really felt like it was my own guilt talking, but it wasn't. It was that person's energy that I took on. And I feel like we're probably all doing this so often and so much. It's so important to notice who you're taking something from and to clear as often as you can, even for 1 to 2 minutes. I mean, just setting the intention or trying to cut the cord, you know, doing some stuff with your imagination if you like doing that, imagining things, or just using, you know, intentions. Any way that you feel can really help, because that can really, again, chain us, just like the devil. You know, it's not just our feelings that can put us down, it's other people's feelings too. And we can't always escape people who are feeling low. Cracked open. Yeah, I'm not surprised this card is coming out with all of these. Rock bottom and surrender to the alchemy of life. So yeah, we're really being told if you want to get to that place, you need to allow yourself to feel the worst you can ever feel, the most anxiety you can ever feel, the most fear. And then realize that you're still alive, you're still going, no matter how much, your lower vibrational emotions can bring you down. You're still here, you're still going, there's still people around you who can, help you. There's still beings around you who are trying to help you as well. And you can always get out of it. And I'm sure all of us, have had a rock bottom that we have gotten out of, and now is a good time to remember that time and pat ourselves on the back for that, and also realize that nothing can stop us. We're unstoppable. Doesn't matter what happens to us. The more we crack open, the more we can let out our true selves, and that goes really well with the last thing I saw in meditation, which was butterflies coming out of us. Butterflies, it was like transmuting and changing, coming out of the cocoon and flying free. And one thing I really felt strongly was allowing your heart to lead, allowing your heart to lead you, to guide you, allowing your spirit to go first, and not forcing things, just being, grounding, being, and allowing the higher power to take over, allowing your heart to take over, to take you where you need to go. Not overthinking things constantly. Notice how she's cracking open her mind, but her heart here, it's already open. It already wants to go first. So let's allow our hearts to propel us forward so we can fly. Let those butterflies fly and take us as higher and higher as they can. It's just, ooh, such a beautiful message. I'm getting tingles and everything. Let's see if we'll get any more cards like from here. Stargate of Lyra. Ooh, I was wondering if any card would come up to tell us whether some beings are sending this message in particular. And since Lyra came up, I must say some of the beings that are sending this particular message could be Lyran, and some of you could have something to do with Lyra. But yes, again, confirming what I was just talking about, expanding all of our chakras, not even just this causal one, but all of our chakras, clearing them, expanding them, and allowing us to not just take in more of this light, but also to raise and just go higher, go to higher places, just naturally, not by forcing anything, but just by being. That just sounds so magical to me right now, and I'm feeling just such a magical vibe, and it's so funny that this card just came through. Listen to your heart. Again, awaken psychic abilities, magic, tune into the infinite, again, tuning into this higher realm, and listening to your heart, letting your heart lead. This reading is just coming together so beautifully, this whole message, and I'm so grateful for it. I hope you guys are too. And I hope you're enjoying this. But yes, I'm getting the feeling of allowing yourself to believe fully in magic. Like, magic is real. This message confirms it. All of the things that I've channeled and seen before in meditation coming together with these cards just confirms that magic is real. I shuffled all of this in front of you as well. It's not like I pre-shuffled and I'm showing you. You can't disbelieve this. That's what I'm trying to say. So let go of all of the preconceived notions and anxiety and whatever you're overthinking, and just believe that magic is real and that you can be happier, and that you can reach this higher state. And let's get some cards out if we can, about how we can do this. More information on how we can be happier. So let's see what came out. The Magician, again, magic is real, magic is happening. 5 of Cups, letting go of the things, the old things that aren't suitable for us anymore. Letting go of these addictions as well. This cat has, you know, drank all the, let's say, alcohol here, and it's not okay anymore. It's just depressed, like, I'm not happy with this anymore. I can do better, and you can. All of us can do better. And let me show you how. The moon coming through, following your intuition, following this call. There's also something about the moon and the cycles of the moon here as well. Following the cycles of the moon is very important. Pay attention to when there's full moons. Pay attention to when there's new moons. Try to work with them. Try to make magic happen. The moon affects the planet itself. Like, the 3 things that we need to have life on Earth are the planet Earth, obviously, the sun, and the moon. If we didn't have the moon, you know, things would go not how they're going right now. Let's just say that. It controls the tides and etc. So it does affect us as well. All of this affects us. Realize that and use that power of the moon. We have information out there. It's not like we don't. So use that information to your advantage, and make your life, create this better life. You can make this magic happen. I feel like now is a big start for a lot of us. Just feeling this energy here from this reading, you're gonna start really making magic happen, especially if you go on and do some of these things for yourself. And let's see, get some last cards here. So 2, I am happy with 2. Mushroom Fairy and Guardian Angel of the World. Allow yourself to grow with your angel's protective light shining all around you. Exactly. We're all protected. We're all being guided. So allow yourself to grow. Grow. That's the whole point of this video as well. Expansion, expanding ourselves, expanding our minds so we can reach these happier states that we're really looking for, the state of bliss that we're looking for. The more we expand, the closer we get to it. And step into the light to rejoice and celebrate all the good there is in you. Notice all the good there is in you. Have gratitude, not just for the things around you, but for yourself and for what you have done, what you have achieved. Again, pat yourself on the back for all of the things you've gone through and been able to get out of. And also, again, see how it looks like she's leading. She's leading someone, but she's also being led. That's the kind of feeling I get. So allow yourself to be led. You are guided. You're protected. Remember that magic is real. It's real. It might not be exactly the same as in movies. Yeah, duh. Not exactly the same, but it's real. It's out there. Learn how to use your magic. That reminds me, if you don't know what your psychic abilities are, I've made a pick a card reading about what your psychic abilities are and also what your spiritual gifts are. So both of those I'll try to link up here or down in the description somewhere. If you haven't seen those, to see how you can use this magic, your own personal one. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments. If it resonates, if it doesn't, and yeah, let me know if you're looking forward to happier times. Honestly, to just happier times. The more you share with others, the more, we can all manifest these happier times together. So I hope that this video helps you manifest more happy times for yourself. Anyway, like and subscribe if you're interested in the personal reading. Details about how you can contact me are down below. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Bye!